This is the reason why you want to make sure that you're not dealing with a jealous man. Jealous men tend to be 10 times worse than women. When they are jealous of a woman, they are very vocal about how they feel. They use passive aggressive and sometimes aggressive behavior to let you know their jealousy. But the difference between men and women being jealous of one another, opposed to women being jealous of women and men being jealous of women, men will go out of their way to try to belittle you and disrespect you and guilt you into feeling bad about your success. When a man is jealous of a woman, he takes little pot shots at her any opportunity that he gets, much like a woman would. But the difference is that a man will make it seem like you have no right having, being, and acting like what you are. You see, when a man is jealous and insecure and miserable, and he sees a woman doing what he perceives as better than them, that takes a hit at themselves as a man, especially if you're in a relationship with this man. Relationship jealousy and a man being envious and jealous of his woman, that is one of the most hurtful and deeply rooted types of jealousy you can experience, because many men don't understand that in the day and age we live in, women can be very loving, they can be feminine, they can be peaceful as they always want peace, but that doesn't mean that a woman won't still be accomplished. And when a man is jealous or has a jealous nature about himself, he doesn't want a woman to be accomplished, especially not more than him. See, you have to understand, men who don't have jealousy, number one, and who are masculine in nature, they don't care what their woman does for a living. They don't care if she makes $1 million an hour. They don't see that as a hit against their manhood. But when a man is jealous of a woman, he will constantly want you to be in a state of dumbing yourself down in order to make him feel good about himself. He might take little pot shots at how you speak, the things you do, the things you say, the kind of circle you're in, the things that you're influenced by. If he is jealous, he will always try to make you feel like you're doing too much. If you are a woman who has dealt with a man who has jealous tendencies, and I'm not saying jealous as in he's jealous that you'll be in a relationship with another man. I mean jealous of who you are as a woman and how you move in life. You have some men who say things like, oh, you work here? Okay, you must be balling. Oh, okay. How much you pay for this car? Anytime a man asks you how much you paid for something, and I'm not saying if your father, your cousin, your uncle, somebody asks you, I mean a man who was interested in you, a man that you are in close proximity to but not in a relationship with, and he says it in that little sarcastic snide way. Oh, how much you pay for this car? Oh, you must be big balling. You balling out of control. That's a sign of a dusty, jealous man, especially if you're in a relationship or you're dating this kind of guy. Anytime, and this is the number one sign of a jealous man, when a man is jealous of a woman, anytime he is counting your money, he is scrutinizing your lifestyle, and he is constantly making little comments about how you are as a woman in a negative way, that man is jealous. If he says things to you like, oh, what, you went to college or something? Why you keep using all those big words? He's jealous. He feels incompetent in your presence. He feels like in order for him to feel like something as a man, stop using all them big words. Stop talking about these things. Why are you talking like that? You know why? Because it makes him feel less than as a man because he hasn't done the work to better himself. See, men, oftentimes, they are absolutely no better, if not worse, than women. Let you be a woman that has a little bit of success. In the eyes of a jealous man, you are an absolute threat to his manhood. He wants you to be the type of woman who either doesn't accomplish anything or feels like whatever he does is great. A lot of men who are jealous and insecure, a lot of men, let's say this first, men do need their ego stroked. whether a man is jealous or not jealous. That's just the nature of how men are. They want you to compliment them and make them feel good and give them that good job. That's just respect. Men want that. And that's normal. But it gets dangerous and it's jealousy when a man feels like you cannot clap for yourself in order to make him feel good. You cannot speak about the good things you're doing because it'll take light away from him. The first person that comes to mind in like celebrity scenario I think about is Prince Charles, now King Charles, but he was Prince Charles and Princess Diana. He had an issue with her getting so much attention, especially when she came into her own and she got more confident and started dressing up. And if you followed the royal family at all, you would see, especially back in the day, nobody was worrying about him. Everybody was focused on Princess Diana and the way she carried herself. She was so poised, she was so beautiful, and she was likable, and she was down to earth. Even though she was a princess and had all that notoriety, she just had that feminine way and people were drawn to her. Men don't like when people are drawn to you. Jealous men will not like when people are drawn to you because they feel like nobody, only one person in the relationship can shine. And when they believe that they are that person that needs to shine, they are the prize, that's a jealous man. Now, there's nothing wrong with your man getting attention and wanting attention, but most masculine men don't worry about things like that, especially in regards to women. And I blame that on the fact that we're in a time where many men are going back and forth and they're confused as into what their role is as a man in relation to women. A lot of men today feel like they're on the same playing field as women. They feel like they're the same as us. They're inviting themselves into the different areas that we're in when nobody invited them there. They are trying to compete with us in things that shouldn't have anything to do with them. You know, you have the beauty space, you have the femininity space, you have the relationship space, you have men trying to tell women how to be women. And when you have that kind of confusion, that opens up the door for men to be jealous of women. See, when men have that spirit of confusion about themselves, they don't understand that men have strengths, men have, a lot of capabilities and abilities that women don't. We complement one another. But when a man is jealous of you, he doesn't understand any of that. All he sees is that you are showing him up. How dare you have a better job than me? How dare you have a better car than me? How dare you get more attention and stuff from people? I saw a video of a young lady and a man on a date, and this woman walked over to her and complimented her and said, you're stunning. She said to the lady, you're stunning, you're beautiful. And the guy looked over as if he was going to say, what about me? Like, this is literally the time we're in with this man toward woman jealousy. Now, any masculine man would see somebody compliment his woman and he would take that as like, that's all me. That's how they used to do back in the day. That's all me. That's my girl, that kind of thing. But we have men today that they want that princess treatment. They want people to be in awe of them. And I'm not saying as human beings we don't want attention, but my goodness, when you have a man who is so jealous of a woman to the point where he is telling her, why do you have to do all of that? Why are you starting another business? For what? What's the point of that? You have some men who try to get you to doubt your goals, your aspirations. They try to make you seem like you're being delusional for wanting things out of life. That is another sign of a jealous man. When you want things out of life, things that he is not yet ready to give you, or things that he himself feel like he's not good enough to accomplish, he will be jealous of you. You might have things that are relatively normal, like starting a business, climbing the corporate ladder, even though that's not for me, but a lot of women want to climb the corporate ladder and be that leadership kind of person in the workforce. And some men, they will look at you as if you're not being a woman, all because you want to do great things in life. You see, there's a difference, and you have to understand this because jealous men often throw around that word submission. To be submissive is not to not want anything out of life. It is not to not have an opinion about things. And it is not to not love and respect yourself so much so that you want to accomplish things for yourself. But a man who has a distorted view of what submission is, he wants you to believe that being submissive is that you don't do anything, you don't say anything, you're seen, not heard, and you let him shine and do whatever he wants to do. And you're supposed to bring peace. You can't bring peace to a man who is not at peace with himself. Number one, God brings peace. But if a man is not at peace with himself, he can have a good woman in his midst, and he will not recognize it because he is not at peace with himself. When a man is not satisfied with himself, and this is for women, when a man is not satisfied with himself, it is not your job to dumb yourself down to make a man feel good about himself. And the fact is, many men are intimidated by successful women, by accomplished women. Are there some women who use that success to emasculate men? Absolutely, there are. Are there some women who feel like they can make a man feel little because they're accomplishing a lot in life? Yes, there are. But more times than not, a woman is already thriving in the thing that she's doing. She's already living a set lifestyle. And then you'll have a man who feels like this come along and try to get a woman to dumb herself down, all because he doesn't feel good about himself. That is not when you dumb yourself down, ladies. Either he's going to rise up to the occasion, he's going to let you be great, or he's going to walk away. But under no circumstances do you dumb yourself down because a man is jealous and envious of you because he's insecure within himself. That is not your job. That is not our job as women. So when you have a man who is secretly jealous of you, he will scrutinize and try to make you feel bad about the things that he could not accomplish. You might live in a very nice neighborhood, a big home, a beautiful home. He might live with somebody and he sees you living alone and you're dating him, and he says things to like, oh, how much you pay for this? Somebody helping you? What, you got family helping you or something? Because to a jealous man, a woman can never accomplish anything on her own. It will always take a man in order to make her be successful. And when a man is insecure and jealous, he doesn't understand that women are able to do things on their own. And when a woman is in her femininity, you don't lead with that. But a man who is jealous and insecure, you could be as feminine, as sweet, as kind. You could be enjoying his company, but the whole time he's with you, he'll be counting your money. He'll be looking around, looking at how you live, because at that moment, he has to assess how he's going to bring you down a notch in order for him to feel good about himself. You really have to pick up on them cues, especially earlier on in a relationship. If a man is constantly talking about how much money you have, that is a man that you don't want to deal with, because God forbid you get into a relationship with him later on in life and you continue to do well and you get more financial success, you get more maybe notoriety. That man is not going to know how to handle it. He's going to feel like he's nothing in your presence and he's going to let you have it. You're going to find yourself having to constantly choose between being successful and having a fulfilled life or coddling his feelings. No woman wants to deal with that, okay? So jealous men, they are just, if not as worse, as women, and you have to be aware so that you know what and who you're dealing with. And I'll say this, not all men are as ambitious as women. Not all men want to, be a millionaire. The issue comes in is when they can't let their lady be great. Like, just let me be great, sir. Like, if you're content working at your 9 to 5 and you're doing well enough to take care of these bills, do that. If you're doing well enough to, we have a good time together. But if you are the kind of man that sees success as somebody coming at you, that's not a man that you want to deal with. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.